What's up, my guys? We are back. This is the Juice Box. It's hurricane season here in Wheeling, West Virginia. So if our episode abruptly ends, it's because the power went out. So yeah, Big Czar, what's up?
Yeah, unprecedented storms in the area lately. Looks like we're in the midst of one as we speak. So I'm a little nervous because it's been hell this week, honestly, from the first one. So let's all pray.
Now, when the power went out, because I was gone, obviously, when the power went out the first time, was it still like 90 degrees outside, or is this going to be a different mix, like if it happens again?
Well, when the power first went out, the first day it wasn't that hot.
Okay.
It was yesterday.
That got
So
really
people that
hot.
didn't have power yesterday, it was brutal out.
Yeah.
Like miserably fucking hot.
Harry,
It's-
did you lose power?
I did, which meant I lost work for a little while.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So
Did that stink?
yeah, it really stunk. And I went out to eat, and the funny thing is, like, I was driving home from going out to eat, and I told my mom or somebody, like, give me a call if the, like, power comes back on, and I didn't get a call the whole time. And I'm like, oh, there's lights in the Grove. Oh, there's lights in my neighborhood. And I was like, fuck, I was so bad.
Yeah.
But then I feel, like, really guilty because some people still don't have power. and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
95
How long
degrees
was
outside.
yours out?
So what, 1 a.m. the night before till probably like lunch, like 1:30 the
Yeah,
next day.
it's
So,
like
yeah,
mine, too.
12 hours.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's just in spurts of where it came back. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a lot of Elm Grove that's still out. Like,
Yeah.
I was
and
talking to the dude at Neely's. He lives in Springdale this morning, and it was still out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird too because it's got to be awful timing because they've been doing all those planned power outages too. I don't know if you guys have very recent, and then all of a sudden like a storm like this hits, and then I just feel bad for all the neighborhoods that don't have power because if like it goes out again in the neighborhoods that do, I'm sure it'll just fuck everything up even more. So I don't know, but it's rumbling out there for
Oh,
sure.
I just saw a lightning.
For sure. So wait, what? Did that happen Monday night
Monday night, yes, into
Yes.
Tuesday.
into Tuesday, right? So yeah, my work, like out in Valley Grove, we still don't have power. We're running off a backup generator, but we don't have phones or internet. So all week at work, like I really haven't been able to do my job, which just sucks. Like I'm only basically there for like walk-in customers. But it's just fucking shitty, dude. It really goes to show like how much life has changed
Bro,
these days. You know what I
I
mean?
thought the
Sucks.
same thing. I
And-
did.
and, like we really just rely on that
You
stuff
know what's
too much.
crazy? I saw multiple tweets and on Facebook. You know, you think if the power's out, you're worried about your food. You're worried about like your pets being too hot. No, you know what I saw? These questions on Twitter and Facebook. Is anyone else having trouble with their phone service? And I'm thinking, wow, that's where your mind went.
Yeah.
Like you can't get service on your cell phone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that is it. I was thinking the same exact thing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's crazy like that, how much we rely on electricity and shit.
I
like
mean,
that.
it's truly,
Yeah.
it's literally everything if you think about it. Online, like literally almost everything. Online banking,
Yeah.
online shopping, anything that you normally do throughout the day, 9 times out of 10, you're having to mess with your phone and all that would be gone. You want to cause chaos in this country, dude.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
not not Trump's second term. It's shut the power off, dude, and
It
see
is.
what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Even shutting the power off knocks out like like you said, like not only can you not online bank, if the actual bank doesn't have power either, you
You're
can't.
fucked.
Yeah, it's just weird, and it makes sense. Like so, like I saw first priority when all the power was out. Like they got the hospital back up and running first, so I bet that's why this area around was quicker to get their power back.
I didn't even
since it
think
kind
about
of
that.
shares the area with the hospital.
I didn't even think about that. That's probably
So that makes
very
sense when you
accurate.
think about that. So they probably worked from the hospital, then hit other hot spots. Like I'm sure like downtown Wheeling was next, and then branching out from there.
And then where Mr. Nutting lived was probably third. They had to
Yeah.
get him up and running first. And then the Billionaire Boys list was fourth. I got all
Not,
them.
the Wheeling Country Club's still out of power.
Country
I
Club.
saw that today on
The
Facebook.
Highlands was all good apparently.
Yeah.
I went to lunch up at the Highlands that next day, so like
What'd
they
you
were
get?
good. Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Chick Go ahead.
Sorry, I ordered Jersey Mike's last night, and I ordered on Uber Eats because there was no car and everything else in my house. So it's a long story. But anyway, so I ordered Jersey Mike's, and like I didn't get noted. It said it was gonna be like 45 minutes to an hour, which is ridiculous. But anyway, so I did hear until like 30 minutes into the transaction when my driver got there. She was like, "They don't have bread."
What?
Jersey
just
Mike's
said-
was out of
they
bread.
were out of
Oh
bread.
my god!
And they said that their truck didn't get there. It's like, well, it's 8 o'clock at night. What do you mean they didn't tell you this before you got to the store?
Yeah. So what were they doing with like?
Yeah, did you walk in there and they don't have bread?
So what
either?
did she bring you? Did she bring you anything?
Yeah, I got a wrap because at that point I
Yeah.
had to get something.
Yeah, that's weird. But see, like stuff like that freaks me.
it
out,
is
too.
like a sandwich shop can't get bread,
yeah.
but like that's everything lately. Like
And I was just going on a tangent about all the people bitching on Facebook. Like it was cool how all the businesses were like letting people in and like help your community and every single person on Facebook is like, "Can you believe I don't have Comcast?" It's like,
Bro,
shut the fuck
I
up.
know. Like I tweeted this. Like Facebook is the single-handedly most toxic thing out there, but for some reason I can't get away from it.
Well, dude, it's because we're addicted.
I'm like the little dude in the back, just like watching, like not even participating,
Like with
just
your popcorn. Feet
watch
up.
it. Yeah, just watching the madness on Facebook.
Dude, Facebook is just like
It's-
I don't. I can't even come up with one word to describe it. Delusional, maybe.
I
don't
would choose the word toxic.
It's very toxic.
toxic.
I know it's entertaining because I hear stories. Neil bitches about it all the time. Truly don't know how you guys still have it. I mean, the best
No. Listen.
the best thing I ever did was get out in 2014.
I've deleted my Facebook so many times, but then every year at the same time I have to bring it back because fucking Wednesday night softball starts up and Tunnel Green Roller Hockey League starts up,
Fired
and they
up.
run the leagues through the Facebook group. So now here I am. I've had like the app downloaded again for the past week, and I've found myself at work a few times fucking scrolling, and I'm like, fucking stop.
Yeah, and then
Just
you-
stop, because this nothing that's in my feed is like
Yeah,
making me happy.
I know. All I do is open up Facebook, and like the first thing on the TL I see is
TL.
TL.
Gay?
I'll
Gay?
I'll see.
For a minute, I was
So-
like, "What are you
And
talking
you
about?"
know, wait. First off, am I the only one that has like 2,000 friends on Facebook, and I don't know any of anybody?
So I deleted mine. So I used to.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
When-
redid it.
When
and
I
had,
was
like,
in high
200.
school, I was like, let's just friend everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And
what
all
we
I
did.
see is literally single moms tweeting about like, "Oh my god, my baby daddy is such a scumbag." In the comments, tell me your worst stories about how you got cheated on.
Oh my.
I
Who
saw
cares?
I saw that today.
You are in the Facebook that you're in is way more toxic than mine.
Dude, it's
because I
crazy.
know what you're talking about. By the end of college, and like a few years after college, I still had my original Facebook, which had like thousands of
Yeah.
friends, and that was when I hit my breaking point, because you're right. Your whole timeline was like shit like that,
Yeah.
Imagine,
and
imagine,
I deleted it.
Imagine literally caring about somebody's cheating stories, and you think to start a good conversation, you're like, "Oh, baby, give me all the tea." Like, who gives a fuck?
Dude.
Like, it's crazy to me that people literally ask these things on Facebook.
Dude, it's like
Social
it's
media,
a weird.
rather.
It's like a diseased hive mind. These people are so entranced by
It's
it.
crazy.
I did what Bubba did. I deleted my original Facebook, and like now my current Facebook has maybe 100
That's what
friends.
I need to do that.
And it's definitely way more tame, but you still get that like toxic shit. And there is some funny stuff on there, but like
There like
it's funny
yeah.
like old people.
old people are
like,
hilarious.
don't- I think it's so funny. You see them. I see them all day on the timeline. It'll be like, it'll be just like a colored box with
Yeah.
like a question in it
Yeah.
that someone typed out, and
Yeah.
it's always an old person that shares it and then comments their answer underneath, and they do it all day. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, they just must scroll and look for those kind of
How-
posts
how-
to answer.
How many times do you see too Facebook got hacked. Don't accept friend request from me.
Oh yeah.
I see that like 10 times
Because
a day.
everyone thinks you're getting a free Toyota truck. They just give that out once a week.
I'm gonna scroll Facebook right now and find the
Dude.
first adult post that answering
if
your question.
if one of these things is the first thing on my timeline today, I'm
Dude,
going
so
to laugh.
I agree with all three of you, but for the sake of the conversation, I'm gonna take the devil's advocate approach. Like, how crazy is it? For them, literally, they went in times where you would just fucking call people on home phones, didn't even have home phones, didn't even have internet or TV, and now they can just sit in front of this screen and talk to fucking somebody from Bangladesh just for fun.
Right.
Of
That's
course-
what I mean. It's like it's still a new thing to them.
Yeah.
Because like
Just for the sake of the
we
conversation.
had social media for so long before adults finally like got in on it.
Of course, there's nothing bad on mine right now, but see,
Oh,
like
I'ma
also
find something.
on the other hand, like I'm in like West Virginia basketball groups, Outer Banks groups. I see a lot of cool pictures and shit. Like that's why I like it, and stay because my grandmas are on
There's
there.
definitely benefits of it,
Yeah.
though. Like, for real.
The groups are like a good concept. It just sucks that you can't get the groups without the rest of the stuff.
For sure.
Which
I guess you probably
could
could.
block everything,
Yeah.
but like you still get targeted ads on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Which, real quick, just because you said WV basketball, did you see we're playing Auburn's coming to the Coliseum for the Big 12 SEC thing in
That's cool.
January? So that'll be crazy because Auburn's normally ranked pretty high. Bruce Pearl. So that's just
That'll be cool.
completely random.
You know what else is funny on Facebook is if you follow either of the local news channels, and when they post a Facebook post about a news story, the comments on that are always wild.
Yeah,
All the local people
Yeah.
that think that they should be like running the town.
yeah.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. Like you'll see like a post about like downtown Wheeling, and you'll have 100 comments of local people being like, "Well, this is what they should do down there, and they need to build this right here and this here and all that stuff."
Thanks, Tim.
And it's fucking hilarious.
I had a funny thing happen to me today.
Thanks, Tim.
There's a new vape shop in Glendale.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, I drove by it
Ponderosa.
yesterday.
Dude,
It's
hon-
Ponderosa, yeah,
It's
I
sick.
saw
It's
it.
honestly a really nice one. The dude in there is sweet too. But I was in there, and this you know how old people are, like they just talk to everyone, like think they deserve everyone's time sometimes. This guy's just talk. You know what I mean?
know,
Like old
it's
people are
funny.
like,
I
"Oh, I'm
agree.
old. Talk to me." Like whatever. Sorry, I'm being a
I
dick.
agree.
But like this guy was checking out while I was like walking in, and the guy looked over at me. He's like, "Oh, what are you selling in here? You selling anything illegal?" And I was like he was being funny, like weed and shit. I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "No, I'm just a cigarette rep." And he said, "Oh, you voted for Biden." I was like, "What?" And I was just like, "What are you talking about?"
That's like, again, that is such a disease for old people.
I
That's
was like,
all they
what?
talk
Six
about.
for Biden.
Like,
Yeah.
nice to meet you too, bro.
It's like, do you want pepperoni or sausage on your pizza?
And then
You fucking Biden lover
Yeah,
taking the
and then he was
sausage.
like-
I
then he's
can't
like,
stand
"Oh."
that,
Fascist.
dude.
Then he's like, "Oh, you like motorcycles?" I was like, "I mean, no." And he's like, "Oh, here's my card." I was like, "Okay."
Here's my card.
He literally gave me his card.
That's
He's like, "Oh,
fire.
call me if you want a motorcycle." I was like, "All right."
Old people are fucking hysterical, dude.
I saw my favorite like older person disgruntled customer quote on Facebook just yesterday too. It was under like a major bank, and I love when this happens. And it was because the online banking was off because like the whole grid's hitting the fan, and it always gets to the point where like, you know what? I'm taking all my money out. It's like Melissa, Bank of America doesn't fucking care. Take
exactly.
your $43 and go to another bank. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
fuck.
"Oh, you threatened me. You're gonna take out your $100 out of the bank."
Dude, okay, speaking of money, I won't say who told me this, but this person has parents that are able to get Social Security. And how scary is this? They haven't literally got a Social Security check in their account since the beginning of this year. He was telling me they just stopped coming.
You're supposed to get one monthly.
Oh my
Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
and one of these people worked for the government.
What?
So it's like you hear like they're like, "Oh, you kids, you're not going to get your Social Security." Shit, you guys aren't going to get your Social Security.
Yeah.
Not us.
What?
Fuck you.
Can somebody explain? Is that
I don't get it either.
yeah? Why are they getting that money? Is that from retirement or
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know exactly
Or
what
do you
it
just
is.
hit a certain age where you're so old that the government supports you?
That's
Yeah.
what it's. That's
That-
what it was originally set up for, I believe. But you probably know more, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's that extra.
So it's for the old people that don't have a retirement plan, that didn't work for a company that
See,
offered
I'm
retirement.
not sure if you can get both or not, but yeah, it's an alternative to retirement, basically, from the government that
Interesting.
So it's old people's unemployment.
but you pay into
Yeah, I
it
guess-
your whole life
Yeah, pretty much.
in taxes. So
I
that's the
got you.
point, that like your whole working career, you're paying into it. So then you get the cash in when you can't work anymore.
Imagine.
Got
I
it.
doubt.
Got-
Don't you hate
okay.
that? Do you still?
I
Do you
gotcha.
guys? Are you all on direct deposit for your paychecks?
Yes.
Yes.
But do you still get the statement?
No.
I
You
can
don't. You don't get the statement.
I don't
It's
get
like
physical.
online.
Of course, it's all on.
Yeah,
there.
I don't get a physical one.
Oh, I get a physical statement still, even though I'm direct deposit. It's just like so funny. Like you look at your check and you see how much it was gonna be.
Yeah. It's a
joke.
And then everything that's pulled out, and you're just like, what's it reminds me of the Workaholics episode where he's like going through his paycheck. He's like, "What's Medicare? What is that? And why are they taking all this money from me?" Yeah, he like pronounces it wrong.
Why are they taking all this money from
And
me?
I was over exaggerating, but it truly makes you sick. Like when you see or have the number that you make before taxes, and then you actually go and like add up the amounts that you get, and it's literally, I mean, again, exaggeration. It's like basically half.
Yeah.
You like essentially get half of the money that they say that you're supposed to get, and it really makes me mad.
Dude, it
sometimes. Truly.
sucks because you don't even get anywhere near, like you don't even get half that money back for your tax returns.
Oh, not even close.
So it's
Not
just
even
like,
close, dude. Basically you're lucky if you get almost a paycheck,
yeah.
essentially anymore.
I
at
mean,
least.
we're sounding older bitching about this stuff,
Dude.
But it's true.
But it's true, and you know,
we're not drinking 10 White Claws. anymore.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
I go on, I implore everybody to watch episode 1, season 2 of Workaholics. They like jokingly dive into all this stuff. It's funny. Like we're taxpayers, so like technically I own like the playground down the street because my tax money went into like stuff like that. But I like on the radio the other day, I heard that the city wants to do a $20 million homeless facility. I'm like, what?
Here
In Wheeling.
for the 3 people at Perkins.
So I'm like, fuck, dude, $20 million, and like that all comes out of our fucking
$20
pocket.
million. I mean, is it going to be sick?
Should be
Maybe
sick.
we should
Should
live,
be
just live
state of the
there.
art. If it's 20
Are they going to
million.
have like a swimming pool and shit too?
But like, where are they going to put that?
Home gym?
I mean, golden toilets. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Dude.
jeez.
Yeah, I heard it on the radio. The Wheeling City Council proposed a $20 million.
And then
Homeless
do you
facility.
know what happens though? Here we go. This is what happens. Then all the homeless start coming here from other
Oh.
places.
Oh.
It would bring other homeless people to Wheeling so they can just be fucking in a homeless camp.
Dude, I've already heard shit like call it a conspiracy theories or what you want, but like people say that like the cops in the river towns across the river, like the Ohio River towns, so like Shady Side up to like Ferry, call it like they'll arrest homeless people and bring them and then drop them off on the island.
They quite literally do, because I have seen
They quite literally.
quite literally have seen people walk down my street with suitcases
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've never seen in my life, and
Yeah.
I know they just got dropped off in Wheeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're walking back that way. Well, when they had that community back there, that's where they were going.
I don't know if I said it on here, but I heard that as well. Like even in Bridgeport, they just like drive them right over the
right
little
over
bridge.
the little bridge.
Like, oh, there you go.
There you go.
Honestly, dude, here's
you're
what we should
you're
do.
their problem now.
Here's what we should do. We should all throw together, buy an old bus, pick up all the homeless people, and drop them off in
Drop
St.
them off.
Clairsville.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. St. Clairsville would love that.
They
Yeah.
would freak the fuck out.
The mall would be booming.
Like, no offense to St. Clairsville, but they're a little uppity
Yeah.
over there.
They're definitely
They don't
uppity.
deserve.
They
to
need
be.
some culture. We'll go drop the homeless
Yeah.
people off
Yeah.
in
Watch
St.
them.
Clairsville.
Bubba goes, the mall will be booming.
See how they like it when there's a few people standing at the
Auntie Anne's will be fucking
at
lit.
what light would be a good light over there? Like the one by like White Sides or whatever to
That's
go down
perfect.
into
Yeah.
Yeah.
down into
right
the
by the Red Roof Inn.
Yeah.
Down into wait, it was Steak and Shake.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
yeah.
That would
Nice.
be hysterical. I mean, but it kind of that doesn't shock me. I believe that 100%.
There's
Truly.
definitely a homeless problem in Wheeling, and I feel like it's definitely gotten worse over like the last decade. Like, I don't remember like when we were in high school and stuff. I don't remember seeing that many homeless people.
But at
I
the
agree.
same time, and we've said this 100 times. In high school, I didn't pay attention to anything though. Anything outside
No,
in the
and
world.
maybe they were just congregating in other places, but like I drove around a lot.
Yeah,
in high
true,
School. That's
true.
like what I fucking did for fun in high school. Was just
Same. Me,
ride around, and I never saw homeless people at the Perkins
yeah,
exit.
yeah. Me and the Schwarf used to just
Cruise.
ride around, listen to Wiz Khalifa.
Nothing better.
Schwarf.
Yeah. He'd pick me up at he'd text me at 1 a.m, be like, "Hey, you want to go ride around?" I'd be like, "Yeah," and we'd just go ride around.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Those
I
were
used
the
to do the
days.
same, man.
Those were truly.
And it was truly like
we are so old, dude. We're bitching about taxes. We're going
Yeah.
back to the good old days. This is crazy.
we're old as fuck.
I tell you,
Folk.
I've never felt older until I started playing D-League men's hockey. I mean, Jesus Christ, I will be sore for 4 days.
I'm
And it's
sore.
non.
Sore
it's,
right now
Me
from our
too. It's
game.
non-contact.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a non-contact league.
Yeah.
We played a game Tuesday night, and the team we played against was easily all like early 20s kids. We beat them, but they were all much younger than us.
Yeah.
that's got to feel good, though, when you smoke.
Well, yeah,
these
like
Gen
it
Z
felt
fucks.
it felt good to beat them, but like a lot of them were definitely faster than me. They just sucked, but they were faster.
Isn't that weird though? Do you see kids let's say the kids you're playing? It doesn't have to be these exact kids, but that age range. Do you ever look at them and think, "Wow, I thought I was way more older than you"? Because when I was for instance, Sydney is
Yeah.
turning 20,
I know, it's crazy.
and I always looked at her when I thinking "Oh, I'm so much older than you. You're a baby, and I'm 17." You know what I mean? But now it's she's
100%.
turning 20, and I'm 27. I'm in the grand scheme of life, we're not
Nah,
that
you're
far
not that
apart in
far
age.
apart.
You know what I mean?
This is gonna sound weird, but it's so wild once you become a fully developed, you grow and you're big, how much age doesn't matter. Like when you see
Yeah.
third and fourth graders that are really short, your first thought's dude, this kid has to be 3 years old.
Yeah,
But then when you see let's say a senior in college, from senior in college, grown ass man on, it's you could either be 20 or 57, and I don't know.
Yeah.
but I have to say, when you and I went to the blue and gold football game for WVU, those college kids looked like fucking
Dweebs.
dweebs, but they looked young as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, dude!
Yeah. No,
I'm not
that
too
too.
far out of that age range.
Yeah.
I feel like, and
It-
they
it's-
looked so
yeah,
young.
It goes
It's
both ways.
it's
It
still
definitely
the
goes
It
same-
both
does.
ways.
Like,
It's the same thing. I always think about this. I'm dude, when did the age hit where all of a sudden I started finding moms attractive?
right?
I've
know what I
always
mean?
found.
But
moms
Yeah, but-
Jake, I
attractive.
know what you mean.
There's a certain
I know what
age
you're
though
saying.
that hit, and all of a sudden,
But-
older women are "What's up?" And all these younger people you used to think were attractive. You're 5 years old.
Well, yeah, because them older women, they got their shit together. They
Fuck
know what
yeah.
they're doing.
They're hashtag
Cougars.
built different.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
They're
do
bitching
think
on
about it.
Facebook.
Yeah, they're fucking going off on Facebook about something. They're
Love it.
riding their fucking daughter to soccer practice in a minivan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Funny story. This just reminded me of this. It's kind of off topic, kind of not,
all
but it
right,
has
man.
to do with moms. In college, my roommate one year, he literally was on the Craigslist Classifieds, and for those that don't know, it basically was hookups in your area. It was
Dang, I didn't know Craigslist had hookups.
it did.
That's-
I didn't either. till
Craigslist.
I didn't either until I found out about this story. So
It's a Wild West. Craigslist can be.
well, they got rid of the classifieds apparently. They shut it down because too much solicitation or whatever was happening. But anyways, he
Fucking
he
Biden.
responded to an ad that was I'm house mom, divorced, just lonely.
Oh my god.
All I really do nowadays is take my kids to their sporting events and whatever, blah blah blah. It was looking for younger male to spend some time with or something
To smash my
something
box.
along those lines. And he responded, and like long story short, she picked him up in front of the mountain lair, took him to her house, which was like just filled with pictures of her kids and stuff. Yeah, he banged her, and she took him back and dropped him back off in front of the mountain lair, and like he never answered. She kept trying to text him. He didn't ever answer it again. I was like, dude, you should have rode that out. Like,
oh, she rode it out all.
But you know what I mean? Like, keep that going. Why not?
I mean, how funny would it be? Like, just be like, hey, so and so, what are you doing? Well, I'm just waiting for my MILF to pick me up, and then we're gonna go fuck.
and he said that she was like a pretty attractive mom. I was like,
so what's the
so
problem?
I was like sitting there like shell shocked, like this really happened, like it really happened. He's like, yeah, he's like Craigslist Classified. So then I got on the Craigslist Classifieds like in that very minute to see. I was like, let's see what's on there right now, and it was all just like disgusting shit.
Really?
Yeah, like just gross ass look at people like looking for sex, want to give blowjobs, like just all this just raunchy shit and just like gross ass pictures. I was like, dude, I don't know how you like found a diamond in the rough, but this is pretty disgusting on here.
And then yeah, dude. So could you imagine? So that happens, then yeah, you hop on, you think you're about to smash some, and then the person comes and picks you up, and it's just this dude with fat titties and like hasn't shaved in 3 years, and he's like, "Are you Charlie?"
I think
looking for Zarly? Is that you?
Like,
no,
nope, not me, sir.
Not me.
I think if you're deep into the Craigslist, whatever you call it, classified list or whatever the fuck, you definitely have to go get an STD checkout.
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
It's actually the best part about that story is how like that woman like described all this nice stuff, and in reality she really just wanted to put down need fucked now.
Pretty much.
Like
I haven't had sexual intercourse in months,
and I need it.
I need it, preferably from a younger guy.
Yeah. Shout out that lady though.
Yeah, you know what? She just put herself out there.
Exactly.
You know, maybe she's not used to the dating
And
apps.
she was like, I feel like she was like, from what it seems like, was like a professional like woman. Like she wasn't like some poor. I don't mean to rip poor people, but like she wasn't like some poor, like slummy, like gross woman.
Which it's funny you said that.
It's almost
though.
like she went to Craigslist as like she'd been like. You know, she's probably like getting dressed up on Friday nights, going to the bar. She'd been looking for someone for months. And
she's been hanging out at Crockett's.
And all of a sudden she was
methods
like,
have
you know
failed.
what? I'm just going to try Craigslist and see what happens.
It's funny you said that,
she
though,
probably
because
didn't know
dating apps weren't a thing.
She probably didn't know much about dating apps.
They weren't a
the
thing.
Only thing,
Tinder was not a
the
thing
only
yet.
thing around probably was eHarmony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember those commercials?
Those used to piss me off.
So
Grandpa.
she probably didn't want to go through all that shit. So she's like, you know what? I'm getting on Craigslist. I'm tired of going to sit at Crockett's Lodge at 7:30 p.m.
Trying to pick up some man.
Trying to
meat.
pick up some sausage.
Crockett's is legit though.
Dude, I love
Don't
no.
knock it.
I'm not. I love
go to
Crockett's.
wing night every Tuesday or Thursday.
I
trying to get some ass.
I have no idea.
That was legit my life, dude.
I love, honestly, no, we love Crockett's. I remember one time, so random. I'm not a whiskey drinker. I'm not. But for some
That's a
reason,
good story.
I sat there and drank like 7 Maker's Marks on the rocks.
Oh my god.
And that point, I'm fucked up. And I just wanted, that's when I used to rub snuff like it was like brushing my teeth. And I didn't have mine. And I got up and asked every single dude in that bar if they had any. And they were all like looking at like, who's this drunk 22-year-old asking me for this? And everyone told me no. So I just left and walked to the Dollar General and bought some.
Vaping's cool. Vaping's cool. Nicotine's cool. Don't get me wrong. But there is nothing,
Dude,
like
I tell you what,
addiction.
I don't know what it was.
Truly.
It would be like if I was like so hammered and I put one in and it put what? and I put one in, it would like bring me back to life
100%.
every time.
I can't see that.
It's
I'd
magic.
see it like ending my night.
Dude, if I'd be cross-eyed and then I'd put one in and it would like straighten my eyes out.
All of a sudden,
Because like the
you'd be
tobacco, it's like
Yeah.
it's the same buzz like off a cig, right?
Sig's way milder.
milder.
The
Oh, yeah.
Then that's even
the
proves
snuff,
my point even more.
the snuff fucking it hits
It
you.
hits you
Hit
hard.
like
Has
a
anyone-
Mack truck.
Has anyone in here ever done a chop?
I don't
Yes.
know what is that.
I did a chop before Greg's formal.
What's a chop?
Hold on.
Explain here 1 sec.
The first, you can explain what it is, but I will explain the scenario because it was the first time I did it. So we are in Matthew Pleva's house, I think. Like it was on
Yes.
Bev, but like not
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
And me and Jack are literally sitting there in the corner and we're getting ready for Greg's formal. And we're like way out of college at this point. And we're just literally sitting down drinking and we just look around and it is just all of these young ass motherfuckers. And people are like, "Are you guys going to Greg's formal?" And we're just like laughing because we just got chopped up thinking in our heads, what the fuck are we doing here?
But that night looked like so much fun. I was out of town.
So fun.
Yeah, it was lit.
So
I was
fun.
at the beach, I think, for
Dude,
that,
it
or
was-
something.
It was our time was up that we rented at Liquid Lounge, and me and
So fun.
me and the Schwarf, I love calling him the Schwarf. Me and the Schwarf went up to the guy and was like, "What do we got to do to stay here?" Because there was another party.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said he just pulled this out of his ass. He's like, "I need like $250 or something." And we,
Short was like, no problem.
yeah, no, yeah. Schwarf gave him the most of it, but like we all like rounded up some money, and then so we paid the guy, and we just got to stay there. for
Yeah,
this other
that's
party.
legit.
That night, and it's kind of sad because I was out of college, but I really don't care. That
It
was
was
probably
fun.
one of my most favorite nights I've ever had in Morgan.
Yeah,
was
it
fun.
looked like so much fun. Sith was there, right?
I can't remember.
think it was
Pretty
just
sure Sith
you
was
and
at
Jack,
the formal.
He might have been.
Oh,
There
I
was a
don't
lot
know.
of people
Well,
there.
there's been a couple of them though, but
He
yeah,
might-
no, I can't remember
Yeah.
truthfully. I really don't know.
I don't think Sith was at the pregame, but I think he like met you
probably
guys
was.
there.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
it
was a lot of
full.
people.
But
there.
anyways, back to the chop. A chop is where you take, I guess like a bowl or a bong or something, whatever, and you put a little bit of weed in it, and then you empty out a little bit of the cigarette into
Oh, a
it.
spliff?
And you like crush, yeah,
Essentially,
essentially a spliff and a bong rip. And
it rocks your world.
dude,
That
I've
probably
only
would be
done
pretty
one
nice.
chop ever in my life, and it absolutely ruined my day.
Who'd you do it with? Wonder if we did it with the same person. Oh, I mean, I guess you don't have to. Say
No, I feel like I could say it. It was Jimmy Tank.
it. Me too. I was waiting. That's exactly what it was.
Dude, I'd never seen somebody. He's still chopping it up.
Dude, he's
That's
built,
all he
If there's
does.
anybody else, I'd be surprised.
dude, he's built different too.
Dude, I did it, and you can ask him. I immediately, that hits you instantly. I immediately had to go sit down on his couch. I didn't move off his couch for probably like 2.5 hours.
Dude,
Trying to get myself straight. It
If
was
you-
awful.
if you're not mentally, which again, you can never be mentally prepared for it, but if you don't have some idea of like, you have to like keep it cool. I remember the first one I did, I was like woozy for probably like
Oh,
20
dude.
minutes. I was like, this is crazy.
Well, I'm sure it
right
helps
now.
out. Like if you are someone that's like smoked cigs before. I'm not a cig smoker. I'm not used to tobacco buzzes at all. So like it just rocked my fucking world
I love tobacco, dude.
like horribly. So-
Dude, man, yeah, cigs are nice,
Cigs are nice.
dude. Like, if you drink like 4 beers and you rip a heater.
It's the best.
Honestly, there's not a better feeling in the entire world.
Yeah, I agree. I
There's
agree.
not.
So anybody out there that hasn't smoked
Hey,
a cig,
if
just
you're
rip one.
21 or older, we are not condoning the use of alcohol, drugs, and tobacco.
Since when did we start putting those in the
I don't know.
podcast episodes?
I don't know. I just
Fucking listen,
just
you
wanted to
do
be
whatever
known.
the fuck you want to do it. You live your goddamn life the way you want to live it because you're not getting any social security, neither am I.
facts.
I used to think like the best buzz in the world was the 3 or 4 beers deep and then like
Yeah.
a couple hits off a joint.
So we're on the same,
Yeah,
yeah,
basically
same
on the
kind
same.
of thing. Like that 3 or 4 beer is great. That buzz, right? You're not like drunk or you're just kind of chilling
Yeah.
and vibing. It's
Yeah.
the best.
It is the best. The crossfade before you're like too crossfaded, because that can ruin your night.
I feel bad for people that can't function under crossfaded because that's
because
where
it's
I,
awesome.
that's where I
Dude,
thrive.
I was like a new man when I'd be a little bit crossfaded. Like I was so social, like just loving
It's the
life,
best.
like, and I'm still that way. I have to be around friends now, like obviously in a social situation. But yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, I can remember taking it a step further. Has anyone? This is from the movie Beer Fest. Have you ever done a strikeout?
Yes and no, not the kind that you're gonna say, but one of my favorite party tricks when I know I want to get fucked up is to fucking rip my pen, chug. A big
Then
chug,
blow
and
it
then
out.
blow it out.
Yeah, like I used to do that all the time. But one night, I'll never forget this. Above when I lived above Ashbrook Liquor, we started the night out. I think you might even have been there because I remember Jacko was there and Sith was there and obviously Ty and I think DJ Ham, and like we started the night out with some actual strikeouts. We had one of the big bottles of
Jose Cuervo.
yeah, Cuervo.
Oh,
I definitely was
no.
there.
Literally like
I
you,
definitely was
you,
there.
fuck.
you ripped the bong
Oh,
and while it was inhaled, then ripped the
Oh,
shot and then chugged the pint of beer and then blew it out.
Yeah, I was there. I do remember
See,
this.
I don't think I've ever seen someone do that.
no. I don't think I.
Only time
no
I've ever
way.
done the full strikeout.
Challenge accepted.
It was that day, and I did 2 of them, and
No thanks.
I'm talking like couched.
Was that what?
I was fucked up.
Was that the time DJ Ham locked himself in the bathroom?
It might have been.
Yeah, that was.
It
that.
might. I know how the night ended. I can remember how the night ended because it's documented on YouTube.
Brady fighting trash cans.
No,
Say I'm thinking of a
the
different.
night ended. You guys were gone. The night ended with Jacko passed out on the floor,
Well, that's not a
and
surprise.
once he got up, you guys left, and then I'm not gonna say like what we did, but like we ended up me, DJ Ham, and Tidro and Sith ended up till like 5 a.m.
You filmed the music
and
video.
we recorded the music video.
right.
We recorded the music video for the Lincoln song, and at
That's
at
right.
like 5:30 in the morning, the neighbor pounded on the door, and we were all like, "Oh fuck!" And we all hid, and we made Sith answer it, who didn't even live there. she's like, "Can you guys please turn down the music?" She said something like, "I have a final tomorrow or a test tomorrow, or an exam." And like she was pissed, and he's like, "Yeah, and I'm so sorry." And like we're all, it just to her it probably looked like this big Asian guy
Just been
was
vibing.
blasting music by himself till 5:30 in the morning.
Honestly, that's probably the best way it could have went though.
Yeah.
Because if a bunch of people were in there, she probably would have got more
pissed. Yeah,
Yeah, because that just kind of diffused. Yeah, good
it's
call.
just so funny to me, dude.
Good call. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, those moments were the shit. Did you guys see today that some, which to me this is an American hero. Somebody at a gas station, a manager accidentally changed the gas prices to 69 cents.
Hell yeah.
Accidentally.
Exactly. Accidentally did and instantly got fired because I guess they lost like $16,000 in a couple hours.
Wow.
Which again though goes to show
that is an American hero.
it's an American hero to me, and that was on purpose. But it also in my head thinks like how legitimately easy it is to just change the gas prices, and they just keep jacking them up. It's kind of crazy.
A lot of people that I've talked to, though, they say like they're not even changing. Like maybe it's their corporate office or something. Like this dude told me the other day, like this dude came in and prepaid like I don't know $50 on whatever, and as he was walking out, the price went up. So the guy came back in and he was like, I'm still going to get like that price, right? He's like, oh no, like I can't control that. But could you imagine that, like going in and paying for like whatever amount, and as you're walking out to fill up your gas, the price goes
That's
up.
fucked up.
I
Yeah.
saw the best Instagram meme picture, whatever it was. Had to be out in California because gas is like $8 a gallon. This dude literally mounted a Ring camera next to his gas tank because people were siphoning out gas out of cars.
No,
He
yeah.
has a Ring camera stuck to the side of his car.
Someone's gonna steal that bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
crazy.
funny. It is wild, dude. You should be locked into the price that you paid. You know what I mean?
I
That's
would
messed
think
up.
so, right?
Yeah, I mean, any other thing, it's like going to DeCarlo's and you think you're getting like 4 pizza pieces, and they change the price and they're like you only get a piece and a half. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same type of thing.
Or
That'd
that
It'd be
one-
funny if that's how food worked too.
be
Yeah.
funny actually. Oh yeah, sorry, your wrap just went from $12 to $27 because we ran out of bread.
So I'm gonna cut your
Let me
wrap.
get a piece of that.
I'm gonna cut your wrap in half, and you'll get half of it.
That's how it's
Fuck.
gonna be, dude. It's apocalypse. Apocalypto
I
time.
don't know.
So did people like storm that gas station that went down to 69 cents?
I'm assuming, yeah, because they said which again, I was trying to do the math. I didn't feel like doing math, but like $16,000 in like a few hours has to be a fuck ton of money. But I didn't know where the original gas was at to just
Right.
kind of figure out where. But I am sure and certain
I got a fart.
that if you were driving by and saw I would have turned in. I'm
Oh.
sure people were like, "What?" and texting people like, "Hey, this gas station has gas for
I
69 cents."
guarantee it. I would have went and tried to get some fucking portable tanks or whatever.
Gas,
For
yeah.
sure.
Filling them up.
Yeah.
For sure. I would have
Yeah.
been that toilet paper dude, fucking getting all of the gas that I could to just sit out back.
Dude, should I
until
just
needed.
try to get hired by Marathon and like tell all the people we know, come in on this one day, I'm going to change the prices and then get fired?
That would be incredible. And
Dude,
and
could
I'm
you?
happy
I
brought that
feel
up,
like
though.
that person could get like charged.
I'm happy you brought that up though,
Or, like,
because
in
at what
trouble, right?
point do real American normal heroes start doing things like this?
Yeah.
Because there's gonna come a point where people are gonna be like,
People are gonna like lower the prices, and he's gonna get fired and charge out, and he's gonna yell, "We're the Wolverines!" from
Yeah, I
Red
mean,
Dawn.
you know, there's got to be a point when like things get so expensive where there's gonna be people working that are like, I'm not standing for this anymore.
Dude, I mean, like, I can't.
Like the purge of gas.
I'm such a, like, fuck the man type person that I, like, actually genuinely really want to do this.
Let's do it.
I'm going to put my application into Marathon.
And honestly, dude, it's kind of crazy because it sounds like we're trying to start a riot. And we are. That's
Honestly,
exactly
it
what we're
sounds
doing.
like we're.
We're just trying to change the world, man.
It sounds like
Yeah.
we're rebelling and gonna go start our own
Yeah.
new 13 colonies.
Rage
Yeah.
against the machine.
It-
Hey,
instead
man.
of the Boston Tea Party, it's the Wheeling Gas Party.
You can't change the world until you change
I
yourself.
don't even. What
dude.
happened to I don't even know.
Boston Tea Party?
yeah.
Taxation without representation.
It's tyranny, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
that
we'll
was the
just
Boston Tea Party, right?
yeah. So we'll just tell. We're making history. We'll Jake, you'll apply to
I'll do
Washington
shit.
Avenue.
Dude, what if we? Yeah. What
Yeah.
if
You
we
apply to
all-
Woodsdale. I'll apply in Bethlehem, and Bubba can apply in Warwood.
No,
It's,
dude,
it's a coordinated attack.
And we call each other guys
Guys, you ready
right
to lower
now,
the price?
Right
lowering the
now.
price to 69 cents.
Boom.
And we just throw a freaking.
What would they do?
Yeah, and he lowered it to 69
that-
cents.
that's
That's
my
the
point.
joke.
Dude,
right
it was on
there.
accident, dude. It was on accident.
The funny thing is, he probably made a TikTok or something stupid too.
For
So they're gonna
Probably.
go through
Yeah,
the
they-
archives.
For
just like,
sure.
It could be him.
Yeah.
being an
He's
asshole.
fucking clowning. He's like, watch your shit. And he's hitting the button. Boop, boop, boop. Hell yeah. Real. Then to me, again, that's a real American hero. And I hope somebody with money like Elon Musk or somebody sees him and hires him and just gives him this job that he makes a lot of money because
I'm
To me, that's a
surprised
hero.
Elon Musk hasn't had anything to say about gas prices. Maybe he has, but like he's always that guy that comes out with like a solution to things.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't been like, well, if we implement this and I do this, I can get gas prices back down to like $1.70.
Yeah,
What-
I mean, because he owns Tesla, right?
Yeah.
He's probably
Well,
His
see,
solution.
his
His
money.
so,
And
his
that's
he hopes it goes up and up and
that's
up.
the conspiracy theory.
that's 100%.
That's the conspiracy theory. Is like
They want us
that's
to get us all to buy electric cars.
exactly.
Yeah, but isn't it like technically behind the scenes it's worse for the environment because of
Yes.
how the batteries are made for
Correct.
those cars? So like
Correct.
in the long term you're not really
Correct.
I think they say like if we're ever going to truly get past all that, we have to switch to nuclear power.
I've heard that as well.
Can't we run our cars on solar power?
But also, why can't
What-
we just do them all? Like if you use them all,
Have you guys seen Down to Earth by
Because there's
Zac
a lot of
Efron?
money
What
in
about,
different
I was
areas
What
gonna
about
say,
that people don't
Iceland?
want you to.
What about
Yeah.
21 Jump Street where he's like, you don't care about the environment?
That's-
Dave Franco's?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like,
Smells like
how
egg-
many miles a gallon does that thing get? Like
He's like
10
4.
or like 4? It's like, what? You don't care about the environment?
Smells like egg rolls.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this car. He's like, yeah,
Sounds
this
like
car works on old, or runs on old, what's he say, grease from fryers from restaurants or whatever.
Yeah. Those movies are great, dude.
Then he's like, turn that gay ass music off. And he's like, you punched me because I'm gay?
He's like, dude, that's a great scene.
It's a great
21 Jump
scene.
Street is a really good movie.
I'm one gay black kid getting punched away from expelling
Having
you.
a nervous
having a
breakdown.
nervous breakdown.
That's so funny. That's Jake Johnson. Like,
Oh my God, it is.
Like,
such
what-
a small role in that movie.
Which one of you is Doug? Okay, let's try that again.
Let's try that again and pretend you guys aren't
pretend
weird.
You're not weird.
I gotta go home and watch that.
Which one of you is named
That is,
Doug?
that is such a good
Dude,
movie.
if Jake Johnson.
He's like, no, dude, I'm Brad.
Jake Johnson, though, he has a lot of small roles like that.
Like
and Mike and Dave
Mike
need
and
wedding
Dave
dates.
need wedding dates. Yeah.
He's yelling at Riri's my jam
Yeah.
or whatever. She
Anna
says.
Kendrick, she's another good one. She's
Yeah.
good. She's funny.
Wow, I might
I have to watch 21 Jump Street now.
Facts, straight facts.
So,
That's it. Let's try that again. That's great. That's good stuff.
Well, I just wrote this down, and there's kind of something that I was thinking, especially with the heat, and I feel like you said at times maybe your family's done this before. I'm not hating. I just don't understand why people leave their garage doors open
Dude.
throughout the day.
No,
There's
my,
like
my
neighborhood-
family used to do that.
Okay.
But it wasn't. I'd like to think that like the days weren't as hot as they are nowadays
yeah.
because I believe in global warming.
For sure.
but like,
But-
what is that?
Like, because I'm
could
just
tell you
driving-
why we did it.
Yeah,
but go
why?
ahead.
No.
You want me-
I was just saying.
in my neighbor. So I grew up in one of those unique situations where, because this doesn't happen for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like 75 to 80% of my neighborhood growing up all had like kids around the same age.
Gotcha.
So I was lucky enough to grow up in a neighborhood where like you could always be playing outside with all your neighbor friends. In my neighborhood, that was the signal to let people know you were home.
That makes sense.
You would leave your garage open. That let you know, okay, they're home. Maybe they'll
Okay.
come out and play.
All right.
because
That was truly a thing in my neighborhood.
I'm literally driving on back roads like in Pennsylvania today, in West Virginia, everywhere. And people just have their garage doors up. And I don't understand. It's like, aren't you worried about animals running in? Like, doesn't the heat come in through there? You know, so I don't know. I just had that written down. I didn't know if people
No, I always
hated
wonder
that
that
shit
too.
like me too.
Do you guys know how you're supposed to handle a traffic light that is not operational?
Yes.
I
Treated
don't.
as a stop sign, I believe.
4-way stop
It's a
sign.
four-way stop, and I did not know that.
Did you blow through one?
Ooh, yeah, and going down National Road, you know,
Yeah.
like it's a straight shot, and all the like side streets are neighborhoods, and
Yeah.
I guess Wheeling Park. So it's a little different situation, but yeah, I kept going with caution and slow, but I got screamed at.
Did you
Did
really?
you?
Yeah,
Older person?
yeah, it was a guy. He was really bad.
Was he a
He
dick?
was like, "You're supposed to treat it as a," and I was like, "I don't fucking."
It's actually
like, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it makes
Sorry,
complete
Dad.
sense, and I should have known that. But no one was stopping.
No, yeah.
Everyone was driving.
It's actually
straight.
funny. See, life comes full circle. You know where I learned you're supposed to do that?
Where?
Facebook.
Jesus Christ.
So-
The Book of Faces.
Full circle, you know?
Beep beep driving.
And then I
school?
have
Yep.
another thing too. Heat rises, right?
Correct.
Everybody knows heat rises.
Mhm.
I don't know I already know what people are gonna say. If heat rises, then why can you be in like Colorado or somewhere with giant ass mountains and there's snow on top of the mountain?
Whoa. I don't know.
You know, like, and I
just-
know I know
honestly,
the answer is probably elevation. I
You
get
just
that.
blew my mind.
But think about
my
that.
mind is blown.
Heat rises, and you can be places where, like Colorado's the
Yeah.
example I'm using, but there's other places where you can be down and it can be like 80, 70 degrees, and you can look up at the top of the mountain and there's snow on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with the elevation, but I'm gonna assume that when people say heat rises, that means it rises from
The ashes.
where it's at, like from its
To a-
current
to a
surface.
point. Yeah,
But see,
So like heat's still probably rising up there. It's
Yeah.
just with the
It's just,
elevation.
yeah,
it's
higher
colder.
than that. Yeah.
It's still
But
just
it's weird. I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying,
You're thinking
too.
like, well, why is the heat that's at the bottom of the mountain
Not
raising
rising
up
up there.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be hot as fuck up there.
You would
like
think
really
that.
hot up there.
I'm sure there's I'm wondering if heat rises, but does it continually rise? It might cool.
question.
It might cool as it rises.
Once we destroy oil companies, we should,
So like, if
invest
you
our
live in
money
a
and figure
house
it
with
out.
3 floors, you're fucked. Like
Yeah.
me.
See, your fucking
'cause heat
attic
rises.
is hot as
Yeah,
fuck.
the 3rd floor is literally like Satan's fucking ball sack.
I mean, you're probably doing window ACs at that point, right?
No,
I have
No,
window
I have
AC.
no power on my 3rd floor right now.
Damn.
It sucks. We're starting all the 3rd floor work right now. What's going to be up there is a ductless mini split system. I just went and bought it off your Faja.
Really? Hell yeah, dude. Fucking dude, fix that 3rd floor to perfection, bro.
Yeah. It just sucks that like this is when we decided to, but I can't wait any longer.
When you would
We have to do it now, but yeah, it's brutal up there. Brutal.
Never known. All right, I think it's time to talk about it.
Well, we're saving it for last.
Okay, what else do you have to
I was
talk
gonna
about?
say, think about this. Look, what are the 3 big movies out right now?
In
Top-
theaters?
Top
yeah.
Gun, Jurassic Park, and Lightyear.
Yeah, and it's just old characters
Yeah.
into a new movie. There's never
Yeah, it's
any
just a rehash.
everything big in
Yeah.
a fucking theater anymore is a new rendition of an old story. It's kind of
actually-
crazy.
It's actually garbage, and that's like they don't ever talk about monopolies.
I'm
like,
all for it,
in
but it
movies.
is like let's get some
But
new heaters out.
Google the movie theater though, and there are movies in there that you're like, I've never even heard of this
True.
movie.
Yeah.
Why don't I
yeah,
see?
No, you're right.
So it's all
I just mean-
monopolies with all these companies.
Plus,
just
and I
that has
agree
a
with
lot
you.
to do with where we're at. I
Yes.
think like bigger areas like get like I think Adam Sandler's new movie was in some theaters. I
Really?
think it got a limited release.
Which
in
that
thea-
movie.
Did
was
we even talk about that
fucking
on
No,
incredible.
and that movie's
That
very,
movie
very
is
good.
so good.
And that's an original story.
Yeah. There we okay.
That was
all
an
right.
incredible.
And
movie.
another new movie that I loved was the Adam Project with Ryan Reynolds.
I haven't
Great
seen that
movie.
yet. It keeps
So
coming up
good.
on my recommendations.
But isn't that crazy? Like all the no pun intended, all the buzz around these fucking movies is like old shit. Like that's
Yeah.
just where the marketing and advertising. It's just all this old stuff, which I'm
You're
all
so
for.
right.
It. I eat it up
Yeah,
as
we
much
all
as
do. We
anyone.
all
But
do.
like it's just kind of wild, you know. Like, are we going to be 45 and still going to see the new animated movie about Mr. Potato Head? Like,
100%.
Like, is that what it's going to be like when we're 45?
Dude, one of the greatest memes I see is like it's like 40 years ahead, and you'd have to tell your kids that they have to watch all 800 Marvel movies, is like 320 shows to be able to catch up to the MCU.
yeah.
It's true
I've
though.
thought about that. Like,
It's
what
true.
if they really keep it going for like another, even like 15 years? Man, there's gonna be so much to catch up on if you've never done it.
That's
Yeah.
honestly wild to think about.
Because
like-
it's all connecting.
Like
all of it.
30 years. Like, think of telling my kid. Like, think we're going to see the new fucking. We're seeing Captain America 62 out
Yeah.
in 2040 or whatever the fuck, and he's like, "Dad, I want to watch this from the beginning." I was like, "Are you ready to watch 30 years of fucking movies?"
How much time you got, son?
Yeah.
You ready to block off like a year
Of
of your
your life,
life to
literally,
finish
yeah.
this?
For
Damn, we
real.
need another COVID lockdown so you can watch all these things.
Yeah. Which again, dude, now that we're 2 years past, greatest thing that ever happened was everybody just had to stay home. And another funny ass thing, I was watching this show on Netflix. It was the greatest rentals around the world or something. And one of them was in the United States, 2020, lockdown, we're all supposed to stay home. They just flashed a stat at the bottom where I'm so shocked. It was like, in 2020, 23 million Americans decided to take a road trip. It's like, maybe you shouldn't put that on there if we're all supposed to stay home. Like, what?
But it was a big thing. A lot of
Yeah.
people like rented campers and stuff.
I busted out laughing because I found it hysterical.
That
I'm like,
is-
what a stat to just throw on the bottom there. Shout
That
out
is
Netflix
fucking
for
funny,
that.
dude.
Ugh.
All right, I'm ready now.
Let's
So
do
what
it.
what is this that we're
Oh, you know.
Oh,
you
no.
just don't know yet.
Okay.
But you know.
Kenobi?
Yeah.
that's what we're saving for last?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
wanted
cool.
to. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what I
cool.
wanted to talk about.
God, you can start, or you two can start.
Well, this was the episode I've been waiting for, I think, which most people could say the whole show. Darth Vader, literally the best villain of all time,
I agree.
I think. And I can only speak for myself. I'm glad this show came out. Like, yeah, it's been controversial. Like, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do like it. This is like the first. Obviously, I know, always known, like, Anakin's character is Darth Vader. But this is the first time where I've felt like it's actually Anakin as
Right.
Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
Not
that.
even that it's him acting. Just I feel it. Like with seeing like the Attack of the Clones time flashback and Darth Vader in the same episode, I'm like, okay, like the characters really mesh in this show, like as one thing. Like, because you see Anakin when we're kids and you see Darth Vader from the old movies and you're like, yeah, that's supposed to be the same person, but they just feel like different characters.
Right.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, this has done a great job at connecting that, and it's really hammered it home this past episode with how the episode was really cool with how it did the flashbacks. It was
Yeah.
So did you notice it was from both of their perspectives? I didn't realize this today till I watched the video breakdown. When something would go wrong with Kenobi, it would flash back and show that, and then when it would be something went wrong with Vader, it would flash back. So
Yeah.
it kept alternating point of
I
view
didn't
flashbacks,
realize
but
that.
to the same flashback. So it was like during the episode, they both were dwelling on that moment,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
Yeah, it mirrored the episode really well. Like the flashback made sense with the whole episode.
I think the greatest part for me, the greatest thing about this show is obviously, Obi-Wan and Anakin have a connection. Like, that's obvious. But this for me, what makes this show incredible and why I want more is because it's so cool how they are literally showing how much they were in each other's heads from Revenge of the Sith till, spoiler alert, he gets whacked in A New Hope. Because there's that giant gap where, like, you see the last fight and all of a sudden you jump to A New Hope and nothing happens in the middle. And now we're finally getting to see how much, once Kenobi realized he was alive, how much he thought of Darth Vader and how much Darth Vader thought of Kenobi.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's why this show's just fascinating.
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, I don't have as many complaints. I said this last week. I do not have as many complaints as so many people on the internet, and quite frankly, it's making me want to fucking not have the internet
It's
because
the
people
Star
are like,
Wars fandom.
Dog, you want me to shut the power off,
it's
dog?
a toxic fandom, and like sometimes they cloud because some people can't just like let go. It's Star Wars. Like, go watch any of the Star Wars movies from the original trilogy to the prequel trilogy. Like, there's stuff. It's a fucking sci-fi. Like,
Yeah,
not all of it has to make real world sense.
for sure.
So those people are annoying. My only gripe with the show is the length of episodes. I just wish, like I told JT yesterday, we were texting about it. I just like want as much Anakin and Obi-Wan content as I can fucking get. I've
sure.
missed those two actors and those two characters so much.
Well, I don't know if it's true. I heard the second season was greenlit already.
It's like no one knows if it's true because it's not Disney's not officially said anything.
For
Yeah.
sure.
But there is so much. There's so much more like Kenobi stories to be told.
Yeah.
Like he could keep playing that character.
Oh, he looks great.
I
I
mean,
mean,
all you have to do is think, like, this world revolves around money. This has been the biggest Disney Plus show since it came out. They're gonna fucking ride this horse, and hopefully they don't overdo it. But I mean, 2-3
Well, I
seasons
saw-
wouldn't be the worst.
I saw a leaked. Well, you know how leaks are. You never know how real they are. I saw a leaked run time of next week's episode. It's supposed to be an hour and 33 minutes.
Well, John was telling
Thank
me, did you
God.
hear about the
Yeah.
episode thing
I
too?
saw that. Yeah.
the what?
There's
Go.
Ewan McGregor was like in an interview, like one of the Star Wars. There was a crowd, so he's hyped up. Like the crowd, they're talking about the show and whatever. And he talked about this is a paraphrase. Like he said something like, "I can't wait for you guys to see episodes like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6." And then he paused and he said, "And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10." And you're like, what does that mean? But I saw the video, like he actually said that like on stage.
So a lot of people think
Thinks
he
that-
fucked up, and
they
Disney's
were going to surprise like there's more episodes.
and
that
they're
are
only
coming.
telling us there's 6, and
Yeah.
there's actually 4 other hidden ones that they planned on releasing once the 6th one's over.
That would be awesome.
That
Like
would-
I said, I'd give me all the content I can fucking
Same.
get with it,
Preach.
because I think next episode it has to end, because we know from like Rebels and stuff that like Obi-Wan basically gets back to who he was, because I spoiler alert if you don't know the storyline, like he fights Darth Maul again
Yeah.
and beats him.
Yeah.
So like this series has to end with him and Vader fighting one more time and him beating Vader.
And
It has to.
third sister versus Darth Vader was a
Dude,
sick
I-
fucking
That was
fight.
I
cool, yeah.
like her character.
I like her character
I don't
too.
know
I
what
don't know why
she's
people
gotten
shitting
so
on
much hate the
It's
whole show.
bullshit.
I really like her character. And this episode I thought really brought her to life. Like
She's dope.
showed like her motive and stuff.
Even when she's like being a bad bitch, like a evil person, her character is sick.
I honestly wish that she not because I don't like her. I wish that like she would have actually died. It would have made
Yeah, it
Vader
would've-
look like way more
Yeah,
sick.
now I'm
True.
confused on what's
I don't know.
gonna happen.
And
with her.
in one episode, like
That's
what's
what I
gonna
mean.
happen? I don't know.
I wish she would have died in that moment too. It would have been a good send off.
Yeah.
It would have made a lot of
It made
sense.
because she's not in the Rebels or
Yeah.
any of those.
She's gonna
games.
have to die, I think.
Yeah, she has to die.
I just want to see, like, we got to see the episode where like Vader's fucking just breaking people's necks and shit. I want to see him slice people in half.
No, you know what I
want to
want?
see him just take a crowd of people and just slice. But dude, when he pulled that shit down
Yeah.
and fucking ripped the thing open, I was rock hard.
Well,
I was
apparently,
like, this is awesome.
I didn't realize this because Clone Wars is so long. There's so many episodes. That whole episode kind of paralleled Ahsoka with Darth Vader. Like in the beginning, you know, where he's standing and it's like his back, and you see like they're going into hyperspace, and it's just like a blue sky. There's like a scene that's the exact same with Ahsoka, and there's a scene with Ahsoka where she like pulls back a ship like Darth Vader.
Damn.
It's like it
So
was
she
really cool.
strong?
So Ahsoka's
Yeah,
sweet. Like
yeah, she's.
I wish
awesome
we got more
character.
of her. Like she's a sweet
You
character.
think there's a shot she's in this show?
No,
No,
but
but
they're
there's
making her
an
own
Ahsoka
show.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, I know that. And
Yeah.
didn't you say Darth Vader's supposed to be in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that'd be
I
dope.
told Jake before we started, I think they purposefully didn't de-age Anakin for extra, like, to show how much time has passed, like as like nostalgia. I don't know, because they
Yeah.
could have de-aged him.
Are you talking in the flashback?
Yeah, they could
sh-
100%.
They definitely did.
You saw-
They de-aged him a little bit. I think. I thought they did.
I
Oh,
think
he
he was
looked
just.
old.
I thought it was just
but
makeup.
they needed to do more.
Like we saw how good Luke looked in Boba Fett. Like
Yeah.
they could have made him look exactly like
But
the
I actually
movie.
think you're
I think
right.
it's like it was more of a nostalgia
it was
thing.
it was more of a thing to show how much past or time is
Like in
actually
real
passed
life,
in
yeah.
real life, yeah.
That's just what I thought. But
That
or
shirt's sick.
you could take it that. Well, no, I guess not, because we wouldn't know what Anakin actually looks like older. I was gonna say you could take it. That's just how they're. It's the flashback in their mind,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
seeing each
so
other.
as now,
You know,
yeah,
because
I
like
know
if
what
I
you're saying,
if
yeah.
I right now think back of a memory of me and you
yeah,
from like 6 years ago, say I'm gonna picture what we look like
yeah,
now.
For
that-
sure,
that's
that's
cool.
true.
That's cool.
That's true. That
That's
is very
cool.
true.
This is what I want for the final episode. I just want Darth Vader to take his fucking mask off,
I want what we said. I want the.
or I want it to break and we
Yeah.
see his face.
Yeah,
I want it so bad. That's what I want to happen.
All
I
right.
think there's a good chance it's gonna happen.
That'd be dope. I'm very excited, but I'm also have already convinced myself that it's not the last episode, so I need to get that out of my brain.
You do, because
Yeah.
how many times have we talked this type of
just got
shit on here
fucked.
before, and it's like never happened.
Never ever happened.
We've done it so often.
And is anybody gonna watch Ozark? I just have one thing to say. Are you gonna
No.
watch Ozark? Is anyone gonna
Have
watch?
you watched it? Is that
Yeah,
why
I
you're
finished
asking?
it.
You can say whatever
No,
you
go
want.
ahead and say whatever you want.
Spoiler alert, I'm absolutely heartbroken that Ruthie got killed. She
Rip.
was literally like the greatest character in the but okay. I like it because it was a real life ending. It didn't happen like they run off into the fucking sunset and everybody gets what they want. But I just want to say Shout out Ruthie. Rest in peace.
And that's the end of that
R.I.P.
show, right? It's
over.
done.
So anybody that hasn't watched Ozark, you're fucking spoiled now. But it is what it is. I literally called my mom and dad right after, and I was just like, Ruthie fucking died. Like I was so upset.
Yeah.
So upset. So I thought Jason Bateman, that was an incredible show. And I hope going forward we have like other actors and actresses that like create these shows where we get these, because 4 seasons is perfect, truthfully.
Yeah. Dude, that's what I mean. I'm starting to realize you don't have to go like 9, 10 seasons. A
No.
lot of shows that go that far don't know how to end their show. And
100%.
people aren't satisfied.
Yeah, that's why I want them to end. Yeah, I just want them to end Yellowstone.
I agree.
I don't want them to ruin it like a lot of shows have gotten ruined.
I agree because
Just trying to milk us with just trying to make money. I just
feel
want
like it's gonna happen.
I
I
do
do
too.
too.
I really do.
I'm
with
not
you.
even caught up, and
I think it's
right
gonna
now. I
They
feel like
didn't say anything about 5 being the end, right?
No, but I just really wanted to.
Other
just
than
end.
episode 1 of season 4, let's be real, that was a season to promote 1883 and
Yeah,
the 4
it
Sixes.
was.
That's all that season
It
was.
was
made.
it was a filler season.
100%.
That's what it was.
It really was.
So
Not
I
a
didn't
lot
even
happened.
think about that till night because it had the 1883 flashbacks. It had going to the 4-6.
Yeah.
I mean, those
Yeah.
those were literally like big parts of almost every episode.
Mhm.
So I get it. You know, you got new shit coming up, but I agree. I hope they don't fuck the show.
I
up.
don't.
yeah.
I don't want them to go Fast and Furious on me.
Oh, don't, please, God.
Like where Rip just picks up a Dodge Ram and throws it at someone or something. Like I just don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'd like to think that Taylor Sheridan's a hell of a writer.
And I agree with that too.
So I think he can end this series and again I hope he doesn't draw it out too long. I think he can end it in a satisfying way, and then just keep diving into the past. I think everyone
Yeah.
would really like
I
to
love
know more
yeah,
about the
I agree.
family.
I agree.
I think the only hope is we already talked about this, but we still need the resolve thing with like the Indian land and the casinos. Like they put that
that's
on
gotta
pause.
that's gotta be
the end.
the ending.
Has
If
to
it's
be.
not, then
Then what the
I don't
fuck?
know what the whole point of it all was.
for sure.
But it sucks because like they like start off as kind of like the main antagonists in a way. I mean, the first episode they're literally
Yeah.
getting a gunfight with the fucking
100%.
Indians. But then like I don't want to say I disliked the Indians from the beginning, but like as the show goes on, like they come in clutch a few times and different things. You're like, I like this
Yeah, they
characters.
squad up.
I love what's his face's bodyguard.
Mo brings
Yeah,
plenty.
yeah. He's
I follow
awesome.
him on Instagram. You know that's his name in real life.
Is it
Really?
really?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
He's sick. I love
Yeah.
him with
Yeah.
his braids and his
Yeah, I
cowboy
like
hat.
him a lot.
He's
the
badass.
way and I know this isn't right historically, but this is how I'm thinking about it in my head. I'm kind of thinking like it went to a point where like they were against each other, and then everybody got on the boat and was buddy and came to America, and everybody was working together, and then all of a sudden like a civil war is gonna break out.
Yeah.
So like that's just
I
how
wouldn't
I'm
be-
thinking about it in my head.
I wouldn't be mad if they just killed off Monica.
Yeah,
She
fuck
sucks.
Monica.
God,
She's the worst
easily the
character.
worst character.
Terrible.
She's just such a moper.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
can't fucking
I want
stand
what
it.
I want for our son. I'm not gonna pull him out of the bed. He's like, get his ass out of there, Monica.
she's
She
like
sucks,
freaking
man.
Casey. Why would we want to live on a freaking 1,000,000-acre farm
Yeah.
and a mansion lodge while we can go buy a $20,000 house and just live in a cardboard box with our son?
For real.
Be like, shut the fuck up.
Cannot stand her
Right?
character.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
agree. I agree.
Whatever.
Has it been a time? Bubba, you have anything you hate?
Not this week.
That's
I have
good.
something I hate.
All right, good. What do you hate? I mean,
Bro,
it's not good, but-
I'm actually like really starting to, and I know it's been 3 years of this, but like the road work around town,
Oh my gosh.
it's getting to me, because I'm just really getting sick of seeing like semi trucks driving through town when they shouldn't be.
Agreed.
And the only reason they are is because they're avoiding road work on highways and stuff. And it fucking sucks, dude. I shouldn't have to be driving through the heart of Elm Grove and be behind like 2 semis.
Agreed. Good point.
Yeah.
You hate anything?
I just hate it.
I try to think too. I guess I don't have a lot of hate.
I hate
this
when
week.
Jersey Mike's doesn't have bread.
Yeah, that's
I agree
that's
with
a
that.
That's
good one.
bullshit.
But it's a 3-day weekend coming up.
True.
It's
I hate-
Thursday.
I hate when debit cards expire.
Yes.
does
yeah,
suck.
that
And you gotta
sucks.
go re-enter all your stuff in for your auto pay.
Yep.
Like, fucking, that's what's happening to me right now. So
Yep.
yeah. Other than that,
here's
life's
a,
pretty
here's
good.
a tip, fun fact, or not a fun fact, just a little tip. You should, instead of
Just a
connecting
tip?
your debit card,
Connect your
bank
banking
account,
information.
yeah.
He's not that fucking smart, dude.
Man,
He still
whatever.
has my address on. I still get so much shit for him here. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, change the fucking address already. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Whatever.
But all right, guys, it's been a time. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody that's been subscribing and watching. It's very, very cool of you to do. And make sure to follow the Juice Box on all social media. And I'm on social media at Juice Fisherman. Thank you. Goodbye.
And you can catch me on Instagram, John Theodore Nixon. That's John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. I'm on the Juicebox Podcast Twitter. That's at the Juicebox Pod. That's at the Juicebox Pod. Follow us on Facebook, the Juicebox Podcast. We are not the diabetes, the Juicebox Podcast.
Follow me on Twitter at Bubba Slider. Follow me on Instagram at the Harry Slider. I've been getting a lot of fake followers lately.
Huh.
No pictures that follow like 4,000 people. I hate those people.
Yeah, what are those bots doing? Tell them to get a life.
I feel you.
I agree.
I'm on Twitter and Twitter only at JuiceBoxZar. That's JuiceBoxZar. That's ZAR.
Z as in zebra, A as in apple, R as in Reebok.
Don't get it twisted.
Bye-bye.